This is Ray Bradbury. Join me for the next 30 minutes on a tour through time and space. Come along to the far future. Follow me into a strange past with stories that almost could be or might have been. Real or unreal, this is Bradbury 13.
It was a huge cloud of vapors. A big sniffing hound trying to smell him out. It pushed its wet, cold nose up to the house, taking air, trying to get in the windows and doors, following him from room to room, watching him from all the windows, waiting. Ray Bradbury's The Wind.
Herb, the phone. Herb, get that. I'm busy with the food.
Coming. Hello.
Hello, Herb?
What's you, Alan?
Yes. Herb, I have to ask you something.
Go ahead, Alan. I'm listening.
I just wondered if your wife was home.
Sure. Why?
Oh, darn.
What's up?
Nothing.
You sound funny, Alan.
No, really, I'm fine.
Good.
Herb, I wondered if you could come over tonight.
Can't. We're having company. Stoddard and his wife, you know. Haven't seen them in months.
I really wanted you to come over tonight.
Sorry.
When's your wife going away?
That's next week, Alan.
For how long?
She'll be in Ohio for about 9 days. Her mother's sick. I'll come over then.
I wish you could come over tonight.
I would if I could, but with company and all, my wife would kill me.
I know, but I wish you'd come over.
What is it? Alan?
Nothing.
Is it the wind? Is it?
Oh, no.
It is the wind again, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the wind.
Alan, it's a clear night. There's not much wind.
Well, there's enough. It comes in the window and blows the curtains a little bit. Just enough to tell me...
Who is it, honey?
It's Alan. Look, Alan, why don't you come and spend the night here? We got plenty of room.
Oh, no, it's too late for that.
It's only 6:30. You could be here by 7.
No, it might catch me on the way over.
It's not that far.
That's 30 miles. I wouldn't dare. But thanks. Besides, it's already getting dark.
Well, take a sleeping pill anyway.
Sure.
Herb, dinner's on.
Be right there. Alan, dinner's waiting.
Right. Herb, I've been standing at the door for the past hour. I can see it building up from the west. There's some clouds there, and I saw one of them kind of rip apart at the top. There's a wind coming, all right.
Well, you just take a sleeping pill and call me anytime.
You mean it?
Of course I do. Later this evening if you want. We'll be home all night.
All night?
Yes. Call me later.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, Alan?
Yeah, but I wish you'd come out. Oh, man, I wouldn't want you hurt or anything. You're my best friend, Herb, and I wouldn't want anything to happen to you on my account.
No.
After all, there's no telling what could happen if you tried to come out here. Maybe it's best I face this thing alone. I'm sorry to bother you.
What are friends for, Alan? Tell you what you do. Sit down and get some writing done this evening. How does that sound?
Sure.
You'll forget all about the Himalayas and the Valley of the Winds and this preoccupation with storms and hurricanes. Get another chapter done on your next travel book.
Yeah, I might do that. Maybe I will. I don't know. Maybe I will. Thanks a lot for letting me bother you.
No problem, Alan. Gotta go. My wife's calling me to dinner. Okay, pal?
Sure. Thanks, Herb.
Bye-bye.
Well, what did he want tonight?
Same thing, you know.
Him and his winds. He's got winds that blow up and winds that blow down and blow hot and blow cold.
Well, he did have quite a time in the Himalayas during the war.
You don't believe what he said about that valley, do you?
No. I don't know.
Herb.
Well, it makes a good story.
And that's all it is, a story.
Maybe.
Climbing around. Climbing things. Why do men climb mountains and scare themselves? Eat your dinner.
It was snowing.
Was it?
And raining. And hailing and blowing all at once in that valley. Alan's told me a dozen times. He tells it well.
He should.
Well, he was up pretty high, clouds and all. The valley made a noise.
I bet it did.
Like a lot of winds instead of just one. Winds from all over the world. At least that's what he says.
He shouldn't have gone there in the first place. You go poking around, and first thing you know, you get funny ideas. Like winds getting angry at you for intruding and following you home.
Don't make fun of him. He's my best friend.
It's all so silly.
Not to Alan.
Well...
He's been through a lot, you know. That big storm in Bombay, and then that typhoon off New Guinea 2 months later, and that time in Cornwall.
I have no sympathy for a man who continually runs into windstorms and hurricanes and then gets a persecution complex because of it.
I'll get it.
Don't answer it.
Well, maybe it's important.
It's only Alan again. Let it ring.
But
There. That wasn't so hard.
I hope it wasn't anything important. Like the office or the kids.
Your meat's getting cold. I don't believe it.
I can't let it ring.
Herb.
Hello.
Herb, it's Alan.
Oh, hello.
Herb, it's here. It got here.
You're too near the receiver. Back up a little.
Is it Alan again?
Herb, I stood in the open door and waited for it. I saw it coming down the highway, shaking all the trees one by one until it shook the trees just outside the house. And it dived down toward the door, and I slammed the door in its face.
How interesting.
Herb, what is it?
It's nothing. I'll be off the phone in a minute.
It's all around the house, Herb. In the back, in the front, all alongside by the bushes. I can't get out now. I can't do anything.
I see.
But I fooled it. I let it think it had me, and just as it came down to get me, I slammed the door and locked it. I've got a good, sturdy front door now. Put it up last Saturday. I was ready for it. I've been getting ready for weeks.
Have you now? Well, tell me about it.
It started about 6 weeks ago.
Oh, yes?
I thought I had it licked.
Did you?
I thought it had given up following and trying to get me, but it was just waiting.
Was it?
Yes, and then 6 weeks ago I heard the wind laughing and whispering around the corners of my house out here, just for an hour or so. Not very long, and not very loud. Then it went away.
Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it.
But it came back the next night. It slammed the shutters and kicked sparks out of the chimney.
I see.
It came back 5 nights in a row, a little stronger each time. When I opened the front door, it came in and tried to pull me out of the house, but it wasn't strong enough. Tonight, it is.
Glad to hear you're feeling better.
I'm not better. What's wrong with you? Is your wife listening to us?
Yes, that's right.
Oh, I see. I know I sound like a fool.
Not at all. Go on.
Well, there's this...
Herb, I'm going back to the kitchen.
Fine, I'll be right there. Go ahead, Alan. We can talk now. My wife's out of the room. Get it out of your system. You'll sleep better.
Herb, it's all around the house now. Like a great big vacuum cleaner nuzzling at all the gables.
What was that?
It's knocking the trees around in the yard.
That's funny. I don't hear any wind outside.
Oh, of course not. It doesn't care about you, only about me.
I guess that's one way to explain it.
It's a killer, Herb. The biggest, meanest, prehistoric killer that ever hunted prey. It's trying to smell me out, find me. When it finds me in the parlor, it drives its pressure there. And when I'm in the kitchen, it goes there. It's trying to get in the windows now. But I had them reinforced. I put new hinges on all the doors and new bolts. It's a strong house, all right. They built them strong in the old days.
Yes, they did.
I've got all the lights on now, all over the house. The house is lit bright as day. The wind followed me from room to room, looking through all the windows. When I switched on the lights...
Alan, what's going on?
It just snatched off the front screen door.
I wish you'd come over here and spend the night.
I can't leave the house. Not now. I can't do anything like that. I know this wind. Oh, it's big and it's clever, all right. I tried to light a match a moment ago, and a little draft sucked the flame out. It likes to play games. It likes to taunt me. It's taking its time with me. It's gone all night. Look at that.
What is it, Alan?
One of my old travel books on the library table. You won't believe this, Herb. A little breeze from some little hole in the house is blowing open the pages one by one. I wish you were here to see this. There's my introduction going by. Do you remember the introduction to my book on Tibet, Herb?
Yes.
Remember, it says, this book is dedicated to those who lost the game of elements, written by one who has seen, but who has always escaped.
Yes, I remember.
Herb, the lights just went out.
Alan?
The power lines just went down. Are you there, Herb?
I'm here. I hear you.
It figures, doesn't it? The wind doesn't like all that light in my house, so it tore the power lines down. The telephone will probably go next. Oh, it's a real party, me and the wind. Just a second. Hang on.
Alan? Alan?
What is it?
I don't know.
I'm back. There was a draft from the door, so I shoved some wadding under it to keep it from blowing on my feet. I'm glad you didn't come out after all, Herb. I wouldn't want you in this mess. There! It just broke one of the living room windows. And there's a regular gale in this house, knocking pictures off the wall. Do you hear it?
I hear it.
It wants me alive, Herb. It doesn't dare knock the house down in one fell blow. That'd kill me, and it wants me alive. So it can pull me apart finger by finger. It wants what's inside me. My mind, my brain. It wants intellect.
Herb, your supper's getting ruined.
My wife's calling me, Alan. I have to finish dinner.
It's a big cloud of vapors. Winds from all over the world. The same wind that ripped the Celebes a year ago. The same Pampero that killed in Argentina. The typhoon that fed on Hawaii. The same one that battered the coast of Africa early this year. It's part of all those storms I escaped from. It followed me from the Himalayas because it didn't want me to know what I know about the Valley of the Winds, where it gathers and plans its destruction. I know its feeding grounds. I know where it is born and where parts of it expire. And it hates me for that. The books I write tell how to defeat it. And it doesn't want me preaching anymore. It wants to incorporate me into its huge body to give it knowledge. It wants me on its side.
I have to hang up now, Alan. My wife...
What? What did you say?
Call me back in about an hour, Alan.
But I can't...
In an hour. Goodbye, Alan. Honey, what's it like out tonight?
Nice. Not very chilly. Lots of stars. Why?
Nothing.
Herb?
Pass the bread, will you?
Full house, I just can't believe it.
You can believe it. Look for yourself.
Maybe you better quit while you're ahead, dear.
Absolutely not. Deal the cards, Liz.
Well, all right, but don't say you weren't warned.
Just dealing.
Anyone like some more sandwiches?
Not me, I'm stuffed.
How about you, dear? Herb? Want a sandwich?
I don't think Herb's with us tonight.
Sorry, Stoddard. Just been thinking. Here we all are, and life sure is funny.
That's profound. How do you figure that?
Oh, I don't know, except here we are living our lives, and someplace else on Earth, 1 billion other people live their lives.
That's a rather obvious statement.
Stoddard, life can be a lonely thing, even with married people. Sometimes when you're in a person's arms, you feel 1,000,000 miles away from them.
Well, I like that.
Well, I didn't mean it that way. I mean, we all believe what we believe and live our own little lives, while other people live entirely different ones. I mean, we sit here in this room while 1,000 people are dying all over the world. Some have cancer, some have pneumonia, some having heart attacks. I bet someone's dying right this second of a car accident.
This isn't very stimulating conversation.
I mean, we all live. And don't think about how other people think, or live their lives, or die. We wait until death comes to us. What I mean is, here we sit on our self-assured rear ends, while 30 miles away in a big old house completely surrounded by night and who knows what, one of the finest guys who ever lived is... Sorry. Is it my turn?
You dealt. It's my lead.
Right.
Oh, no.
I'll get it. Hello?
Herb, I've been calling and calling. What's it like at your house?
What do you mean? What's it like?
Does your company come?
Of course they come.
Are you talking and laughing and playing cards?
Yes, but what's that got to do?
Are you all cozy with the windows up and a fire crackling?
Alan, what's it...
Sounds great, Herb. Sounds great. I wish I could be there. I wish I didn't know the things that I know. I wish a lot of things.
Alan, are you all right?
So far, so good. I'm locked in the kitchen now.
Why?
Well, simple, Herb. Part of the front wall of the house blew in about 10 minutes ago.
What?
Well, don't worry. I planned my retreat. When the kitchen door gives, I'm heading for the cellar. If I'm lucky, I may hold out there until morning. It'll have to tear the whole damn house down to get me, and the cellar door is pretty solid. I have a shovel down there. I may dig deeper.
What's that?
That? Well, that's the voices of thousands killed in a typhoon, a hurricane, a cyclone. That's what the wind is. It's a lot of people, dead people. The wind killed them, took their minds to give itself intelligence, and took all their voices and made them into one voice. All those millions of people killed in the past 10,000 years, tortured and run from continent to continent on the backs and bellies of monsoons and whirlwinds. Oh, Herb, what a poem you could write about it. Hear it? Listen.
Come on back, Herb. It's your turn.
Alan,
That's how the wind gets more intelligent each year. It adds to itself, body by body, life by life.
We're waiting for you, Herb.
Look, I'm on the phone. Can't you see? I'm on the phone. Alan, if you want me to come out there now, I will. I should have come earlier.
No thanks, Herb. Not now. This is a grudge fight. Wouldn't do to have you in it. I'd better hang up now. The kitchen door looks bad. I'll have to get in the cellar.
Call me back later.
Maybe, if I can. If I'm lucky. Frankly, I'm amazed it left the phone lines up so long. I've escaped so many times before, but I think it has me now. I think it does. I hope I haven't bothered you too much, Herb.
You haven't bothered anyone, Alan. Call me back in a few minutes. Okay?
I'll try.
It's about time.
Sorry.
How is he? Is he sober?
He's never taken a drink in his life. I should have gone out there hours ago.
Look, he's called every night for 6 weeks, and you've gone out there at least 10 nights to stay with him, and nothing was wrong.
He needs help. He might hurt himself.
You were just out there 2 nights ago. You can't always be running after him.
I know.
Herb, what's the problem?
Alan needs professional help. The kind of help we can't give him.
I know that. Don't you think I know that? First thing in the morning, I'll have someone look at him.
Who?
I don't know.
Hey, my brother-in-law is a psychologist with the school district. I bet he could recommend somebody.
Sure, Jerry knows lots of people. He could help Alan.
I've fought against this for months.
I know, but it's for his own good, Herb.
I know. You're right. If only he'd had an easier time of it. He was the only one to survive a blizzard in the Himalayas during the war. He almost froze to death hanging onto a rope. When they found him, they could hardly pry his fingers loose. He was in the hospital 6 months recovering from that.
Poor man. No wonder he needs help.
He wanted an old house surrounded by trees where the wind couldn't get at him.
There's nothing more you can do for him, Herb.
First thing in the morning, I'll take care of it.
We'd better be going.
Oh, so soon?
I think so.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for everything. Hope things work out for everyone.
I'll call you later, Liz.
Sure thing. Good night.
Night.
Hi there.
Drive careful.
Sorry. I know that's not the first evening Alan spoiled.
I'll clean up.
I think I'll see how he's doing.
Why aggravate things?
I just need to know. What?
What is it?
Oh, the call didn't go through.
Try the operator.
Operator, could you please try 555-0512?
All the lines are down in that district.
They're what?
When the lines are repaired, your call will go through.
But... She hung up.
What's wrong?
The telephone lines are down.
They are?
I knew it.
Where are you going?
I'm getting my coat and going out there. I should have been there hours ago. I just knew it. The poor guy's probably scared out of his wits by now. And to think he asked my help and I refused him. Some friend I am.
Herb, don't.
I've got to get out there. Don't you understand?
What was that?
I don't know. It's coming from the door. There's someone out there.
Could be at this hour.
Listen. I'd know that laugh anywhere. It's Alan.
Alan?
Yes. Here, take my coat. He must have come over in his car after all. He couldn't wait until morning to tell me his confounded stories about the wind. Listen to that. He probably brought some friends with him. Sounds like a lot of other people. Alan, you old... Alan? Hey, none of your tricks now. Come on. Where are you, Alan? 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 Alan, where are you?
The wind died down, sad, mourning in the high trees, passing away, going back out to the sea, to the Celebes, to the Ivory Coast, to Sumatra and Cape Cod, to Cornwall and the Philippines, fading, fading, fading. The Wind was adapted from the story by Ray Bradbury. Featured in the cast were Bob Nelson, Charlotte Nelson, Jesse Bennett, Mike Flynn, and Janet Swenson. Original music by Roger Hoffman and Greg Hansen. Production assistant was Patrick Mead. Associate producer was Jeff Rader. Bradbury 13 was created, produced, and directed by Mike McDonough. Executive producer was Dean Van Eitert. This is Paul Frees speaking.
This is Ray Bradbury. Join me for the next 30 minutes on a tour through time and space. Come along to the far future. Follow me into a strange past with stories that almost could be or might have been. Real or unreal, this is Bradbury 13.
He sat silently. He sat, a man 80 years old. He sat in an empty house, on an empty street, in an empty town, on the empty planet Mars. He sat as he had sat for 60 years, waiting. Outside, the Martian wind raged, shaking the telephone poles and causing the wires to sing in chorus. Inside, on the table in front of him, lay a telephone that had not rung for a long, long time. Until now. Ray Bradbury's Night Call. Collect.
The wind. That infernal wind never stops. Never leaves me a night's peace. Blowing through the wires all over town. It can't be. It's impossible. No, I'm alone. In an empty house, on an empty planet. No!
Barton? Barton, are you there?
Barton? Why, yeah, that's me.
Barton?
What?
Barton? Barton?
No, it can't be. It can't be. There. It's done. No. Not again. It's not possible. Who's there?
Barton?
Yes. This is Barton.
Well. Do you know who this is?
Oh, what do you mean, who? The first call I've had in a lifetime, and you want to play games?
I'm sorry. How stupid of me. Of course you wouldn't recognize your own voice on the telephone. Nobody ever does. It's like the first time you heard your voice recorded on a tape recorder. You were disappointed in the nasal, affected quality you heard.
What are you talking about?
Barton. This is Barton.
What?
Well, who did you think it was? A rescue party from Earth? Did you think we'd finally missed you and came all the way back to get you?
No.
What's the date?
The date?
Yes, what year is this?
Well, it's July 20th, 2097.
2097. Good grief. 60 years. Have you really been sitting there that long waiting for a rescue ship to come from Earth?
Yes.
60 years ago. Think. Now, old man, do you know who I am?
Yes, I remember. We are one. I am Emil Barton, and you are Emil Barton.
Yes, but with one difference. You're 80.
Yes.
And I'm only 20.
Yes. 20 years old. Listen to me. Are you listening?
Of course.
If I could only warn you, if I could only show you how lonely the years are, listen to me. End it. Kill yourself. Don't wait. Don't become 80. If you knew what it is to change from what you are to the thing that is me, today, here and now, to come to this end.
Impossible, Barton. I don't even have a way to tell if you ever get this call. It's all mechanical. It's electronics and wires and resistors. You're talking to a recording. Nothing more. This is 2037. 60 years ago.
60?
Yes. Today the atomic war started on Earth. It's a worldwide calamity. All colonials were called home from Mars by rocket. And I got left behind.
I remember.
Alone. On Mars. Not another living soul. First days, then months, then years. Well, who cares? There's plenty of food. There's hundreds of houses to live in, cars to drive, and millions of kilowatts of self-sustaining power. And books. Whole libraries full of them. In my spare time, I've made recordings of words. 10,000 words and responses, connected to phone relays. Later on, I'll make phone calls. I'll have someone to talk with.
Yes, that's right.
60 years from now, my own tapes will ring me up and talk to me. I don't really think I'll be here on Mars that long. It's just a beautifully ironic idea of mine. Something to pass the time. Is that really you, Barton? Is that really me?
Yes. It's really me.
I've made thousands of tapes, thousands of Bartons, sensitive to all questions, in 1,000 Martian towns. An army of Bartons all over Mars. While I wait for the rockets to return.
You waited 60 years. You grew old waiting. Alone. And now you've become me. And still alone. In the empty cities.
Don't expect any sympathy from me. You're like a stranger off in another country. I can't be sad.
If only you knew what lay in store for you 50, 60 years down the road.
Well, I can't cry at that. Because not knowing the future, I can only be optimistic. I'm human now. You're human later.
It's insane.
Yes, it is.
Stop it. Oh.
What is it, old man? Your heart.
Oh, I never knew you were so heartless. Go away. Leave me alone.
Go where? I am. As long as the tapes glide on, I'll be young. And cruel. I'll go on being young and cruel long after you're dead. Goodbye, Barton.
Wait! Morning. I must have slept here in this chair all night. Oh, the phone. The voice. There. I must have been dreaming. A nightmare. Yeah, that's what it was. A silly, stupid nightmare. I'm getting so old, I'm starting to imagine all sorts of things. One of these days, I'll probably think that... Hello? Who's there?
Morning, Barton. Mrs. Barton. 7 o'clock. Rise and shine.
Again?
You're to go to Mars Town at noon. Install a telephonic brain. I thought I'd call you up and remind you. Remember? Cheer up. That rescue ship might come tomorrow to save us.
Yes, tomorrow. I'll let it ring. I don't have to answer it. There's no one there. That bell. It's like talking to yourself, but different. Oh, how different. Hello.
Hello, old Barton. This is young Barton. You took your time answering the phone this time, didn't you? What's the matter? You're going deaf? Well, no matter. I've had a birthday. I'm 21 today. How about that? Now I'm legal. In the last year, I put voice brains in over 200 towns all over the planet. I've populated Mars with Bartons.
Yes, I remember. 60 years ago, rushing into hills and valleys with truckloads of equipment. Another day, another telephone or 2 or 3.
Yes, something to do, isn't it? Something clever and wonderful.
And sad. That young idiot, that sadistic fool. Never thinking that someday I might reap this awful harvest.
Hey, Barton, guess what?
What?
Last night for my birthday, I went to a movie theater in an empty town. I played an old Laurel and Hardy movie. I laughed my sides off. It was called Saps at Sea, remember?
Yes.
Well, anyway, while I was sitting there alone, I got this great idea. I recorded my voice and multiplied it 1,000 times on tape. I put speakers all over town so it sounded like 1,000 people. I put motors on doors so they opened and slammed shut. I had radios playing. I even found some recordings of children singing and dogs barking and horns honking, all run by timers. If I don't look out the window, it's a wonderful illusion. I guess I'm getting lonely.
That's the first sign.
What?
The first time you admitted you were getting lonely.
And you know what else? I've experimented with smells. Yeah. As I walk down the street, I smell bacon and ham and eggs and toast, all from empty houses.
That's madness.
No, not madness. Self-protection.
I'm hanging up now. I'm tired.
Barton!
It's too much. I'm being drowned by the past. I've got to get out. Go to town for a walk. Get away from me. The town is dark now and empty. At one time, I put sounds and smells here. But it was all a lie. An electronic, mechanical lie. No! No! Another one! All right! I'm coming! I'm coming! Oh, can't he leave me alone? I'm an old man. I can't take this sort of harassment. I'm coming! Can't you hear me? Here in this house. What?
Hello, Barton.
Oh, what do you want?
Barton, I'm lonely. I only live when I speak, so I must speak. You can't shut me up forever.
Oh, leave me alone. Leave me alone.
What is it?
Oh, my heart. Oh.
Pity. This is Barton, age 24. Another couple of years gone. Waiting. A little lonelier. I've read War and Peace twice. I've drunk sherry, run restaurants with myself as waiter, cook, entertainer. Well, tonight I star in a film at the theater. Emil Barton in Love's Labor Lost. I play all the parts, some with wigs.
Oh, stop calling me, or I'll kill you.
You can't kill me. You'll have to find me first.
I'll find you.
You've forgotten where you hid me. I'm everywhere. I'm in boxes, houses, cables, towers, even underground. Go ahead. Try.
I'll kill you.
What'll you call it? Telecide? Suicide?
I'll kill you.
You're jealous, aren't you? Jealous of me here, only 24, bright-eyed, strong, young. All right, old man. It's war, if that's what you want. Between us. Between me. A whole regiment of us, all ages, form against you. The only real one. Go ahead. Declare war.
I'll kill all of you.
You'll have to find us first.
I can still drive this thing. I'll head south first, through the valley. I'll find them, and I'll destroy them all. Got a pistol, rifles, an old-fashioned dynamite. That should do it. All right. Where are you hiding in this town? In the poles? In the towers? The boxes? The telephone pole, that's where you are. There! One pole down. Is that where you were hiding? Or maybe you're in the next one, huh? Here, I'll try some dynamite. See how you like this one, young Barton? Now, all of them, all of the towers in this town will have to come down. All of them! That one! That one! That one! So I got your attention, did I? Hello!
Barton? Handy things, these phone booths. They're all over town. All over Mars. Some of them with underground cables. Just a warning, Barton. Don't try to rip down all the towers and poles in town. It won't do you any good. There's too many of us around. Besides, it would be cutting your own throat.
How's that?
Think about it a while. Suppose a rescue ship came down from Earth after all these years. Suppose it came down tonight or tomorrow, next week. What if it landed on the other side of the planet and used the phones to try and call you, Barton? If you destroy them, they'll never know you're alive. Think about it.
Here's what I think about it. A rocket won't come. I'm too old. It's too late. But what if one did come? I'd never know. I'd never know. A great idea young Barton had to go to the movie. Just the thing to relax and forget. Let's see. It works. Laurel and Hardy. Saps at sea. Bring out the buttered popcorn and the juju beans. Excuse me, lady. Could you remove your hat? Hey, down in front. Look at those guys, will you? What? Again? Now? Look, can't you leave me alone, please?
Who's this? Who's there? Who is it?
Hello?
Who is this? Where are you?
Wait a minute, wait. This is Barton. Who's this?
Mr. Barton?
Yes.
Emil Barton?
Yes, Emil Barton. Who is this?
This is Captain Rockwell, Apollo 48.
Rockwell?
Yes, we just arrived from Earth.
No. No.
Are you there, Mr. Barton?
No, it can't be.
Mr. Barton, where are you?
You're lying.
Lying?
It's you, Barton, making fun of me. Lying to me.
Look, this is Captain Rockwell from Earth. We just landed in New Chicago. Where are you?
Green Villa. I'm in Green Villa.
Where is that?
Well, it's about 600 miles from you, southeast.
Look, Barton, can you come here?
What?
We've got repairs to make. We're exhausted from the trip. Can you come here?
Well, yes.
We're at the field outside town. Can you be here by tomorrow?
Oh, yes, but...
Well?
How's Earth? How's New York? Is the war over?
Well, there'll be plenty of time for gossip when you get here. We've got a 6-week trip back home. We'll be expecting you by sunup.
I'll be there. They're here. After all these years, they've come back for me. I've got to hurry. Got to get to the car. I'll have to stop and pump some gas in this thing somewhere, but I'll make it. That voice, Captain Rockwell. It couldn't be me 40 years ago. I've never made a recording like that. Or have I? Maybe I did make a false tape of a false landing with a synthetic crew and Captain... No, I'm just being a suspicious old fool. This is no time to doubt. I must run with the moons of Mars all night. Oh, what a party we'll have! Oh, it was worth driving all night. Before we leave, I'll make one last phone call. Hello, young Barton. This is old Barton. I'm leaving for Earth today. I've been rescued. What do you think of that? The sun's not quite up yet. I can't see any lights. Guess I'll honk and let them know I'm here. Hello? Anyone here? Hello? Hello, it's Barton. I'm here. Maybe there's someone in the office. You'd think there'd be somebody up if they're expecting me. Hello? Hello? There's no one here. It's deserted.
I wondered if you'd get there alive.
You?
How's your heart, old man?
No.
Well, I had to eliminate you some way, so I could live.
I'm going out now and blow up every pole and wire I see. I don't care what happens to me, as long as you're all dead.
You haven't the strength. Why do you think I had you travel so fast and so far? This is your last trip. How's your heart now, old man? I can hear you breathing hard. You must be in pain. You'll never make it to the other towns. Face it, Barton. The war is over. I've won. You don't sound well. You'd better sit down. There. That's better, isn't it? What's that? Another phone? Oh, business is picking up. You better answer it, Barton. Hello, Barton? 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 Barton?
No! No! Leave me alone! Leave me alone!
Hello, Barton? Yes. Barton? This is Barton, age 24. Oh? Well, I'm 26. We're both young. Yes. What's happened? I don't know. Listen. Congratulate me, Barton. This is my 26th birthday. Well, congratulations. I've just had my 24th. Wonderful. I'll call you later. Right. Till then. Goodbye, Barton. Goodbye, Barton.
Night Call Collect was adapted from the story by Ray Bradbury. Featured in the cast were Morgan White and Mike McDonough. Original music by Roger Hoffman and Greg Hansen. Production assistant was Patrick Mead. Associate producer was Jeff Rader. Bradbury 13 was created, produced, and directed by Mike McDonough. Executive producer was Dean Van Eitert. This is Paul Frees speaking.